that was a low point for me as well. I feel very strongly about that, and I am very vehemently against family separation and the separation of parents and children.
Yeah, but you can do better than that. I'm sorry, Willie. A low point, Ivanka Trump? People seeking asylum in America, trying to escape poverty, abuse, fear, violence, coming here and now never seeing their kids again? That was Ivanka Trump yesterday acknowledging the impact of her father's policy on herself. Well, the policy that tore children from their parents at the U.S. border. Ivanka has never talked about the topic other than congratulating her father over Twitter after he stopped the policy that he created. Yet, hundreds, possibly thousands, of children's lives still hang in the balance. But that was a low point for her. So these kids are sitting in detention facilities. They're at summer camp, some would say, facing potentially never seeing their families again.
But also a low point for the administration, as if to suggest that it's not like that's something that happened to the administration as opposed to something that the administration inflicted on these children. So, it's like a low point for the administration, as if like, you know, it's like the weather or something.
It's a low point for her, and I just want to say that because Ivanka Trump has her own political aspirations, you're going to have to do this a little better. You're going to have to try and act like you care. You're going to have to try and act like people are not merchandise products. You're going to have to try and act like this matters to the fabric of what this country was created upon, who we are. This is not just a low point for you. This is not something you can throw away by calling it a low point for you, like maybe your company and all the people you had to fire because it's no longer politically convenient for you. This is not something you throw away because it's an out-of-production Ivanka Trump dress. No, these are people. These are children who right now, we don't know where they are. We don't know exactly how many they are. We don't even know how they are. But we know that they're being abused because they've been ripped away from their families. And some of them will never see their families again. And I just want to point out that this administration was warned about this policy. You heard the HHS secretary earlier this week talking about the effort to warn this administration, to warn you. It was an HHS official warning you that this was the wrong thing to do, that there would be bad outcomes here. And yet, the president put this policy into place. The Attorney General announced it. The DHS secretary said, we hope that people get the message. This policy will help them get the message. This policy ripped children away from their families, and some of them will never see their families again. And you, counselor to the president, finally speak on it, and you call it a low point for you? I don't think it's a low point for you. I think it's a national disgrace, and I think there's a lot of people who still want answers as to how these children are going to be reunified with their families. And if you care, get yourself to the border and stay there until something really substantive is done. Otherwise, your words don't matter. We actually don't care what this was like for you. We care about the children. And we care about their families, and we care about people coming here seeking asylum, coming to America, the way many of our family members did. I believe you talked about your mother. I believe you talked about people who come here from around the world, the melting pot that is America. You talked about it so positively, and yet what a low point for this administration and for you personally. It's still going on. It's not over. It's still going on. Willie.
The other maddening part about this is that Ivanka Trump continues to talk like she's a bystander to all this. She's the senior advisor to the president, and not only that, she is supposed to be the one with the president's ear. Of all the children, we've always heard she's the one who can get to her.
With warning, she could not stop it. And she's just bummed out for herself.
And again and
It's
again, she
insane.
comes in, Susan, after the fact and talks about how distressing it was, as though she has no say in the matter.
And that's exactly right. Is she out there as the president's daughter? She has a West Wing role, and she does nothing. She voices no agenda. I mean, she did have one thing she was kind of involved with, but this should be her agenda. And to talk about things in the way of what I was upset and it was my low point, stop it and do something. She is not on TV as the president's daughter. That's not the question she was asked. That's not how she was asked those questions. And frankly, she sold her company to be more involved in Washington and what's going on.
Get on it.
I think it was either do something or go back to New York.
All right. We've got to get to the press angle on this, and we want to get more on that. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, more with David Ignatius on that topic coming up.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.